أهلا وسهلا فيكم بحلقة جديدة من Find Your Pink بودكاست من ماميز لماميز.
جاست جديدة مامي جديدة واليوم معنا باميلا مام اوف برنسس روزا. بتعرفينا أكثر عن حالك؟
So I'm Pamela and I currently work as a full-time mum and well, obviously a full-time mum, but I have a full-time job 8 to 5 and I currently work as a business development manager to a telecom company and I have a beautiful girl, Rosa.
نحن وهيك had a bit of a back chat on your experience, but هيك we want to come back to when you started wanting to have a family. Okay, did you plan your pregnancy?
To plan? No.
Okay.
Honestly speaking, to plan, I've always wanted to be a mum ever since I was a kid. I used to love playing with them. We had like a lot of cousins who are babies. I love babies. I love to have a child of my own one day. But when I actually got married, me and my husband, we decided, you know what, we need to wait at least 2 years. We want to like live our life a little bit, us two. And then Rosa caught us by surprise. So for us to actually have planned it, we have never planned it.
Okay, so can you share the story? Yeah, exactly. Can you like share the story of how you knew? Like
how I knew, it was actually a surprise. So basically, it caught us by surprise. So basically, due to the economic crisis that has happened in Lebanon, we decided, you know what, let us just take a small pause. We might be going to London, come back, see what part of our area we can exceed it. So وقت نحن قررنا, okay, we might go to London, we might come back. When I actually did come back, that's when I found out, I was like, okay, no way, well, what just happened? Because I didn't know what was my next steps and what is actually necessary for me to do. Because I didn't know if I wanted to carry here and I didn't know if I wanted to carry in London. So it caught us by surprise actually. Because we were still in the middle of like a dilemma of what to do with our lives as per what was happening in Lebanon.
And then Rosa decided for you. She's like, listen, you two, I decided.
100%.
Okay, so you found out you're pregnant. How did you prepare for like your mind, your body, your emotions for pregnancy?
At first, I didn't know what to do. At first, I was like, what am I supposed to do? Like, what do moms do when they find out? Are they supposed to be happy? Are they supposed to be upset? I was in complete shock. Maybe because I wasn't expecting to be pregnant anytime soon. I started crying in shock. Obviously, they were happy tears, but they were mixed emotions because I was lost. As a first-time mum, I didn't know what's going to wait for me. So obviously, with other babies, second baby, third baby, you know what's going to happen, you know what's going to come. But as a first-time mum, wait, what am I supposed to do? But it was a real shock for me.
عملتي كورسز أو صرت تقري إنه كيف كنت عم تتحضري؟
Oh goodness, I read a lot. And my husband, he reads a lot. Like, he loves natural stuff. He loves herbs. He loves everything that has got to do, like planting, gardening, natural substances. So he did help me. So in that area, I kind of didn't read as much as him. So he came to a point where, okay, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to drink this, stop drinking cinnamon. I was like, wait, what? Why do I have to drink? I love cinnamon tea. He was like, Pamela, you need to stop to shrub the cinnamon. Because apparently cinnamon tea بيخليك to miscarriage.
على فكرة mint tea as well.
Mint tea, there are lots of herbs you're not allowed to drink.
Yeah.
So like in that part, George took a whole load off my shoulders. Like I knew, okay, what I was supposed to do. I knew like what I need to like take into consideration as to what like I need to like consider of like having or not.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel like the things you read prepared you to the actual birth?
I think because I put at the beginning of like, not at the beginning, the mid of my pregnancy, so during my second trimester, because I was being very cautious about my pregnancy. يعني أنا خلص حطيت براسي باميلا بدك أنت تعمليها naturally. بلشت فيها naturally. Like I didn't even اقبل تاخد Panadol. Like خفت. I was actually so scared. I stopped caffeine. مع إنه the doctor said you can drink caffeine. ما بيصير شيء. I stopped taking fish, for example. مع إنه ما بيصير شيء. But I was so scared. It's instinct. يعني أنا ما حسيت إنه I had to do all of these steps.
لأنه ما بيجبر حالك بس إنه خلص أنت براسك ما قادرة.
Like لا شعوريا I started like taking into consideration لا this can يأذي Rosa, and especially during COVID times, because I gave birth to Rosa 2020, so we were like passing through the COVID phase. مش معروف what's gonna happen if I'm gonna القطع وروزا بيصير لها شيء. Like I was like, you know what, خلاص يعني I'm gonna be like very cautious about everything. So
Okay.
كان صعبة إنه
صعبة, yes, like صعبة with everything. And Anna, for example, I remember when every time I go to the doctor's appointment, he goes, Pamela, you're not gaining weight. قلت له كيف I'm not gaining weight؟ إنه ليش؟ قال لي لا, you need to intake more. يعني أنا صرت لا شعوريا everything I do is for Rosa, and Rosa is still in my belly. يعني بلشت أحس إذا هالقد I'm being scared. يعني كيف لوقتها I give birth to her. يعني it's a motherly شعور. I don't know how to explain it.
هلا فهمت كيف بعدك ضعيفة. فريد ما نصحتي.
Actually, you're going to laugh. يعني أنا during the last trimester of mine, my belly فجأة كبر. I was like, wait, what? Like what happened? Like what just happened? بس
كان عم جمعهم.
You used to work out. Okay, you work out a lot.
Anna, before I was pregnant, I did. But when I found out I was pregnant, I stopped. I got scared. Like I used to lift weights. يعني my body is used to weights.
No, exactly. If your body is used to it, you can still do it.
The doctor said, I was like, no, I'm gonna stop. يعني sometimes, even if the doctor, who's so clever and he saw so many mums before me, I didn't trust him. She's mine. I need to look after her.
صح.
I know what I need to do, even though you told me no. You go ahead.
You do what
You followed
you
your
want.
instinct.
Yes. Maybe because like my mom went through like very difficult pregnancy. I thought I would be like her, but thank God I wasn't. So I got scared of me
So-
being like her,
so you
whereas
can
it's
have the same
completely different.
experience.
Yeah.
Okay, so you prepared, you did all the natural things, all the things. Now it's time to
George,
have a
أكيد.
baby. How was the actual giving birth part?
So as I mentioned, I wanted no epidural. I wanted no nothing. I wanted to feel Rosa coming down my birth canal. Yeah, doctor, please. How am I supposed to like give birth? بعد ما فتح my cervix بعده closed. صرت أنا 10 months وبعده my cervix closed. يا روزا بلشنا باليوغا بول، بلشنا نعمل exercise، بلشنا نمشي، بلشنا كل شيء يا روزا.
يلا.
زالي بلا epidural بلا induction بلا شيء. So now with 10 months, the doctor said, you need to come, Pamela. خلاص ما بقى بيسوى. The blood pressure تبع Rosa is going up. You need to come. فتت. I was like, doctor, induce me. خلاص. يعني do what you have to do, induce me. I don't want no epidural, no nothing. I remember I got induced at 12 midnight. Nothing. بعده هو زيته. My cervix didn't open up. And then I remember at 6:30, around 6 in the morning, so I waited 6 hours. I got induced بعد مرة. Nothing. مع إنه I felt the contraction on the graph. I didn't feel it. But I saw on the graph that the contraction is going up for like 5 seconds and it's coming down. يعني Rosa wants to go down, but she doesn't. يعني my cervix is not open. So I remember so clearly that the doctor رجع فحص. You know the makana on the belly to see if
Monitoring.
yeah,
They monitored the baby.
to see the heartbeat of Rosa. I remember he told me, خلاص, you need to go to the operation room and we need to give you C-section. I remember Georgie's face, my husband, his name is George. He was like, شو؟ No, we had a whole birth plan. Lowen, where are you taking my wife? وثائبي, the day before that, we watched a movie. It's called Father something. So in that movie, and we shouldn't have watched it. So this is a tip. If you're pregnant, don't watch any movie got to do with pregnancy or families or anything. So what happened in that movie, when the woman was going into C-section, unfortunately she passed away. So George was like, "La, where are you taking her? That la doctor, yeah doctor, don't take her, induce her one more time, do what you have to do." ما تاخدها to C-section.
Oh no.
Like he was like panicking.
I know.
Well, I wanted the same, and I didn't want to have a C-section. So because I read when you give birth to your child through the birth canal, they get immuned by some sort of chemicals that you have in your canal, and it can build very good immunity. فأنا إنه خلاص okay whatever. رحنا على C-section وخلصنا C-section. I remember Georgie telling me the minute the doctor put Rosa in the bed, George was like looking at her, searching for her up until she got into the room in case they mix up the children. لأنه كمان he watched a movie of children being lost. I was like, just no way.
معقول يا الله.
Was he with you in the delivery room?
Unfortunately, no, which was very hard.
Why?
Because of COVID. مع إنه we done the PCRs. So when they told me no, he can't come in, I was like, that's the whole point of me coming back to Lebanon. For George to be next to me in the delivering room. He still didn't come, so I was like, what did I do? And he wasn't with me. كان نفاد مرة to give birth in London where the original plan was. بس إنه
يلا
we come by a lot of obstacles and surprises.
تاني بيكون بس ما أخذت إبيديورال.
أخذنا epidural.
لأنه على أساس إنه
so أخذنا الإندكشن وأخذنا الإبيدورال وعملنا C-section. Everything that I didn't want happened. يعني لا تعرفي قد ما تعملي a birth plan وقد ما like you consider every single detail, nothing comes to plan. Nothing.
مش as expected أبدا بتكون. بس بدي أقول شيء إنه عن جد يمكن لو عملت الإكسرسايزز اللي عادة أنت بتعمليهم إنه يمكن إنه لو كفيتي حياتك بعرف إنه كنت خايفة وهيك بس إنه كان ساعدك هيدا الموضوع.
100%.
هلا بالتاني تعملي الورك اوت تبعولي.
Yes, 100%. لأنه you know what's to come, you know what's going to happen. You know مثلا in the second trimester, you know the third trimester, you know what your body needs, not what she needs. Because if you're happy, she's happy. So if you're stressing out, she's going to be stressing out. So that's why they say you need to always be relaxed so the baby can be relaxed. I think that's why she's so relaxed, Rosa. قد ما عم باخذ بهالهربس.
عن جد هيك. عالرايق يمكن له. عن جد. Literally princess. أنا على طول بقول لها.
Thank you.
Okay, so can we talk about the actual C-section?
Oh, definitely.
How, like, okay, you went, because عن جد I really like C-section experience. Mine was so weird. Sometimes I wonder if some other moms كمان. Okay, صح إنه ببنجوكي بس I could feel every single thing they were doing. Like.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't painful, but I could feel like.
أنا لا.
You know, like. So, how was yours?
So basically, if I prepared myself in some way that I was gonna go to C-section, not last minute, قالوا لي Pamela يلا to the operation room. كنت إنه فوتت حالي بالجو. Like the first thing إنه it's completely they have the blue حرام. I don't know what you call it in Arabic. They have the blue paper in front of you. You don't know what's happening. So all I remember إنه Pamela, you're gonna be relaxed. You're gonna تحسي بpressure pushing on your belly, pushing on everything. Okay, I felt all the pressure وحسيت إنه شيء عم بيطلع on my chest.
This is what I meant, the feeling. إنه أنت منجة بس like you feel.
The pressure. يعني ما حسيت إنه pain بس حسيت pressure. يعني حسيت شيء عم بيطلع on my chest like يعني كأنه حدا قاعد on my heart.
It's so weird, right?
It's so weird because the feeling إنه عم بحس روزا عم تطلع بس مش عم بحس إنه روزا. So وقتها طلعوا لي إياها ما سمعت عم تبكي. She didn't cry. I was like, doctor طلعتها؟ قال لي yeah. قالت طب why isn't she crying انه انا because I know like they need to
إنه
cry
خلص بيطلع بده يبكي.
طول ما انه she's not crying يعني her airways are not working properly. قال لي خلص don't panic don't worry. وانا I was by myself يعني I wasn't holding anyone's hand. No one's telling me about Rosa. I'm just waiting for the doctor ليفضي لي after checking Rosa ليخبرني. But yeah بعد like هيدا 30 ثانية it felt so long like سمعتها عم تبكي. But yeah.
بيقطعوا كتير طوال كتير 100 شغلة تجي إنه عن جد بوقت إبر قصير يعني.
وأنا my tip عن جد إنه whoever your doctor is ask them everything. Everything. Even if your birth plan wasn't C-section, doctor أنت you're going to أنت بتعمل C-section يعني أنت بتقطب whatever تجرح. Because I didn't know that my doctor if he's a جراح I don't know how you say it in Arabic if he's a جراح ولا لا. Because when I was giving birth I told one of the nurses please take a video of Rosa there pulling her out of my belly. So when I went back to my room and I saw the video I was like wait what? Who is this doctor عم بيشطبني ويطلع Rosa? Because I thought it was my initial doctor, but my initial doctor, he's natural birth and not a C-section. مع إنه I had no issue بس إنه you are the one looking after me. You are the one that should touch my baby. يعني أنت you need to deliver her.
بس كان.
He definitely was بس خلاص سبحان الله he's not the one.
I trust this person.
100%.
I don't trust any other person in the room.
صح.
So I want him to be in charge. نقيتي by the way pediatrician مين يكون معك بالسي-section room ولا no?
I didn't know that they can be. يعني مش من زمان someone told me that your child doctor they can be with you in the operating room. I was like no I didn't know that. I didn't know how the system here works.
لأنه هي كمان إنه فجأة راحوا سي سكشن إنه هن كانوا ناطرين الناتشرال بيرث إنه مش إنه مثلك أنت بلان.
No even with planned birth you're allowed to choose who the pediatrician that should be there when your baby comes. I chose mine. يعني أنا كنت عارفة إنه this person will be my pediatrician. She has to be there when my baby comes, and she was there from the first second.
Do people actually talk about that? Because I had no.
I told the thing.
لا أنا هلا عم بسمع أول مرة.
I knew that because I went to breastfeeding consultations, and you take that when you do a birth plan. حتى بقولوا لك breastfeeding consultations you should meet your pediatrician before you choose her.
إيه صح.
You go for a consultation, see her. I fell in love with her, and I heard so many good stories about her. She's like, كمان shout out to Dr. Jumana Aleme. She's like an angel. She takes care of babies. If she has a baby with ICU, she sleeps with ICU.
Habiba, I love that.
So you know, like I wanted someone. That's the thing. You want someone you trust.
إنه someone really care كمان.
إنه أكتر شيء غالي عليك بالحياة بدك حدا توثق فيه.
See, this is another like مش من زمان عرفت. I was like, wait, what is that even a thing? Because يعني again, أنا when I moved to Lebanon, صاروا 7 years now. يعني I know all of my friends' stories when they gave birth in London. They give birth in London as if everyone is in one room. No, يعني the doctor who's on duty on this day, he gives birth to you. And it's not like here in Lebanon, every single month you have a checkup. It's every like 2.5 months. يعني they don't have a file specifically for you. So يعني I didn't know all of these details. I only gathered details from my mom comparing it to London. يعني أنا هون I didn't know أبداً إنه I can bring my child's doctor to the operation. I had no idea. مش من زمان I knew actually.
I think she has to be part of the hospital system.
She is actually part of the hospital.
Yeah. I learned this prenatal courses and
يلا هلا تعلمت كتير لا you're second.
عن جد إيه.
Okay. So fast forward.
طلعتوا من المستشفى رحت على البيت. كيف كان؟
Oh my god. So basically, once we finished the hospital, I've never had any reaction to fish. Never in my life. I eat everything, and thank God I'm not allergic to anything. So the last day I ate fish. I need protein. I need to breast milk. Give me all the protein there is. I want good milk for my daughter. So I ate milk. I ate the fish. I left and I felt my whole body swelling up. My tongue is swelling up. And Rosa, she's in my hand. I'm sitting in the back seat and Rosa's in. I was like, George, stop the car right now. I can't feel myself. I can't even feel my throat. I'm like losing air. George looked at me and I looked like a balloon. And Rose is in my I couldn't feel my fingertips. My fingertips were all numb. يعني كيف إنه عم بينمل your whole body. I couldn't feel anything. And وأنا خايفين على Rose, like ما بحس if she's falling out of my hands إيه ولا لا. George برم ومثل الصاروخ he went back to the hospital. Or they injected me with I don't know what, and it was time for Rosa to feed on me. يعني this was an قصة. We left that and then we went back home. I remember when they done the spider test for Rosa, she was on edge. Bearing in mind, I haven't contacted Rosa's doctor, like having one-on-one. She hasn't met me. She hasn't like met anything. So I only know her by phone call. So I was just like, I forwarded her the results. She's good. She's like, she's on edge. So she was just like, after a couple of days, you need to repeat her exams, and you send it to me. So I told the hospital, will you send it directly to her? You give it to me or what? They, no, we send it directly to her. I was like, okay, you know what, I'm good. So بعد a couple of days, we redone her spider test. And I had ما رجعت خبرتنا anything the doctor شو صاير ما كذا أنا مطمنة بالي they sent it to her and if there is something بتقلي. So a couple of days passed. I was like, okay, what's happening? She hasn't spoken to me, so I guess everything's good. I remember so perfectly. Mom told me, no, why are you relying on the mustashfa? You need to do the initiative and you need to give her a call and see what's happening. Bearing in mind, I don't know like the procedures. I don't know if the hospital calls me, I call her. I don't know anything. Like she's in my arms. This is what I'm focusing on. She's in my arms. She's good. She's safe. So I gave the call. She was just like, no one gave me the results. Pass me now the results. So we went to the hospital. We told her, please give me the results so we can give her to the doctor. I took the results. I gave her to the doctor. She calls me now. You go to the hospital. رح يضربوا دماغها. I was like, sorry? قلت له كيف يعني رح ينضربوا دماغها؟ Her spider is so عالي رح ينضربوا دماغها. Bearing in mind, بعدني موالدة 5 days. بعدني موالدة 5 days. Not knowing not even 5 days, even أكتر. I left the hospital at 4 days. وكنت أنا بالبيت لحالي أنا وياها for like 3 days or 2 days ناسية. And then سمعت هيدا الشيء. I don't know what I was gonna do. دغري صاروخ we went to the hospital. قلت لها إنه بدنا نفوت. Like okay, I have my insurance. بس Rosa صار لها إنه a couple of days خلقانة. Where am I gonna do her insurance? يعني ما بتوقع إنه immediately you have to do her insurance. وما كانوا يخلوني فوتها. I was like, please, بس حطوا لي إياها بالكوفرز يعني take her and then I deal with the paperwork. No. I was like, يا عمي take her. إيش رح ينضربوا دماغها. Like I couldn't يعني أنا in this situation. I'm bleeding. I can't move. بس كيف إجاني the power to walk on my feet while having stitches. The pain was unbearable. I'm going to one place to another. Rosa is in my arms. Yeah, George, go talk with someone. يعني the stress like عم برجف. The stress that I was living in, it was actually unbearable. يعني I didn't know what was going to happen to Rosa if it was too late. I didn't know what was going to happen. I couldn't walk. Mama is talking to one doctor, George talking to another doctor, and I'm just sitting there with Rosa, not knowing what I'm going to do. جانا إنه we immediately finished her insurance. يعني عن جد the hospitals they're not flexible, especially with babies. يعني babies is another story to elderly people or youngsters. Okay, they can يتحملوا, but babies, innocent babies.
ما بتعرفي أصلاً إنه شو بهم.
Up until I finished the insurance, up until I finished everything, that's when they took her. So I immediately spoke with the doctor. I was like, doctor, ليش ما خبرتيني? قالت لي sorry, I made you panic or sorry. Like, it's the first word يعني. Sometimes doctors can't make a mom panic. Like, it's out of the picture. قالت لي إنه I had to عطلك هم. I had to حطك بالجو لتغري تاخدي action. So she spent in the covers for like 2 days. I went back home, no Rosa, من غير شر, no nothing. The display is all laid out, her bassinet is empty. I couldn't imagine going home and Rosa isn't with me. I'm sorry to cry. And Rosa isn't with me. يعني it was the worst. Why am I crying? And this was like 3 years ago. But the feeling of the bassinet, يعني أنا بس here, the bassinet was empty, everything in place, but my baby isn't with me. She's in the hospital all by herself, وأنا ما كنت حتى. وحتى I couldn't حطها على صدري like أنا أعطيها milk يعني you're gonna make me stop my milk. She needs skin on skin. أنا the first thing when I gave birth to her قلت لهم دغري أعطيني إياها. I want skin on skin. I wanted to feel her. When I went to her, I couldn't recognize my baby. So like she's stickers everywhere, under the blue lights. I was like, this is not my Rosa. This is not how I imagined her to be 5 days old. يعني بس إنه أكيد like برجع بقول في كذا mom تقطع ب more worst case. I didn't expect that to happen with me. يعني everything just happened. None of my birth was planned like I wanted it to be. When she came out, it's not how I wanted it to be. يعني nothing was like I expected it to be.
Did you allow yourself to grieve? لأنه sometimes لازم نعطي حالنا the chance to really grieve the things we lost due to expectation.
يعني أنا when I was home alone يعني أنا و George and my mom we were like بالبيت. I couldn't sleep. All I can think of is my Rosa لحالها in the hospital room where she'd be taking all of the affection out of her mom. I wasn't able to sleep يعني كنت كل الوقت قاعدة عم ببكي.
بس هي انه انت عم تقولي انه في عالم تقطع باصعب، انه اكيد في عالم تقطع باصعب، بس عن جد كل اكسبيرينس لكل مام هي كتير صعبه. يعني في الاصعب بس ما في ولا اكسبيرينس مش صعبه، لانه ايه ترجع على البيت ما تلاقي بنتك انه كتير بشعه وعن جد 100 فكره بتصير براسك وانت تركتيها بمحل اوكي مستشفى، بس انه مع عالم انت ما بتعرفيهم ما بتوثقي فيهم. عرفتي شو قصدي؟ انه very weird انه فمن هيك كتير صعبة يعني.
it was very hard. I remember like كنت أنا I was pumping جديد وحطيتها بالبوتو، وأنا when I first got the phone call أنزل على الهوسبيتال تركت البوتو على الطاولة. I remember so perfectly I came back شفت البوتو. What am I supposed to do with the bottle? like the أسخف قصص إنه do I كبها? She's not here. I can't feed it to her. تركتها on the table. ما عملت شيء on the table. ممنوع حدا يحركها. يعني أسخف قصص إنه why would you leave the bottle on the table؟ يعني هلا عم برجع أفكر إنه باملا شو استفدتي؟ يعني تركت
خلص إنه
يعني
نفسياً إنه أنت إنه قصص تريحك يعني إنه هي موجودة بس مش يحيى بالمستشفى. طيب وشو هيك كان يعني عن جد شو كان أصعب شيء هلا رجعت على البيت وكفيتوا حياتكم؟ شو كان أصعب شيء إنه تقدري تعمليه معها يعني؟
like everything
hard
was
experience
hard.
مع روزا.
Everything was hard. يعني أنا when they tell you every single 4 hours they need to feed. وخاصة I was breastfeeding. I had no formula. يعني أنا the only time she had a formula was when she was in the hospital بالفترة of the spider. She wasn't allowed to take my milk, unfortunately. So that was the only time that she was taking formula. So I was just like, I don't know how much she's intaking. Is she taking enough? Is she not? Is she full? Isn't she? Or the fact that sometimes she wasn't eating enough, that's what made me worry. يعني I didn't know what to do. يعني أنا بحس the feeding part is the worst part for me. Because I wanted
the breastfeeding and حسيتيها سهلة أو إنه
for me إنه thankfully yes it was.
Something worked out at least, you know, like breastfeeding worked out.
Because I wanted to breastfeed. مع إنه definitely it was painful. I'm not gonna say no, but I was happily doing it. Because I knew all of the intake that I was taking, all of the protein, all of the vitamins, all the غذاء that I was taking, especially the vitamins, I knew that she was taking it. Because I know Edma came the formula perfect. I know it was good, but it's not like mom's milk. So the feeling of me feeding her, وعم بحس عم تاخد all of my غذاء, that was by itself a شعور, amazing شعور. الحمد لله something went to plan.
ايه بدي لك اقعدي كلهم ما ظبطوا على البليز البريست فيدنج بليز.
ايه عن جد هيك عن جد. لكن it's so hard. لأنه you don't know what obstacle you're gonna run into. عن جد it's so hard. يعني every single mom قد ما يقولوا إنه everything went to plan إلا ما يكون في something that they يا ريت I done this instead of this. يا ريت I changed this instead of this. It might be the hospital, it might be the doctor, it might be the way that you are looking after your daughter or your son. Like there's always room for improvement. Like right now, after my experience, even if they tell me, she needs to stay or he needs to stay 2 days in the hospital, I'm ready. Like I went through it. يعني عن جد, we are strong moms.
Literally.
And ما كان your husband or your partner or whoever is like looking after it as well with your baby, يعني they don't know as much as mums do. يعني they feel her. Like during the first time you found out you were pregnant, you felt her move, you felt her everything. I remember so perfectly. Sorry, like I'm going back and forth. But I remember so perfectly when I first started to feel Rosa move inside me. I was like, George, come. Rosa is moving. He was like, Pam, شو فيك؟ كأنه بطنك عم بكركب. يا جورجي لا. يا جورجي لا. It's not the same. So this is just one example. Like, قد ما يكون your partner by your side, or I thank George so much for being by my side. You can't explain the feeling that you're feeling. It's unexplainable. Unexplainable. And I wish every single woman to become a mom. عن جد هيك.
نحن كمان. We wish that.
عن جد هيك. Every single person. والله يطعم everyone who still hasn't like felt this opportunity, but it is a blessing. Even if it's hard work, it is a blessing.
صح. طب خلصت الماترنتي، فترة الماترنتي، كيف كانت الرجعة على الشغل؟
Oh my god. هلا برجو. So basically I knew what I was getting into. I knew, like, unfortunately in Lebanon your maternity leave is only 2 months. I mean the baby can't even يقبل راسه. Like كيف, like how يعني وين بدك تحطي your baby؟ يعني where your parents, where your in-laws. يعني it's so hard. So me and mom, we decided to sleep train Rosa. In fact, mama did. I couldn't. Because when the baby cries at night, obviously, you want to feed her. You know she's hungry. So I remember so perfectly when I passed the 40 days, I spoke with my doctor, Rosa's doctor. I was just like, is she fine? Is she healthy? I can stop feeding her and I can skip a feeding at night. She was like, yeah, go ahead, she's good. So when I first got the okay, I was just like, قلت لها mom, we can skip a feeding. It was in fact mom's idea to ask. I didn't know what I was getting into. She's like, okay, so I'm going to sleep next to Rosa at night. You stay away. I sleep next to Rosa because I know if she's going to cry at night, you're going to feed her. So haram mama, like, she went through so much with me. So during that time when she was sleep training her, when she wakes up, she gives her a tatine. So the pacifier. So every time she cries, she gives her a pacifier. So we came into a little schedule. So every time her last feeding would be at 12, and then we would feed her again at 5. 1 week later, her last feeding would be at 11, and then vice versa. We kept on doing it like this until she doesn't wake at night and she sleeps throughout the whole night. And at 2 months and a half, she slept through the whole night.
We need your mom.
But if you were to do it as a mom, I could never.
لا.
Because newborn cries, it just kills my heart. Like, they want to express, but they can't. They want food, but you want to feed them, you want to throw on. So if you want to do it, if I want to do it, I can't. So thankfully, I had support, and mom was able to sleep train her for me. So she put me in a mental state when I go back to work, I can sleep through the night so I can refresh again for work the next day. And this was my mom's main concern.
قد ايه وقت ضليتوا عن جد ما بقتوا على بالليل؟
So we started at 40 days. At 2 months and a half بلشت إنه تقلع.
So like a month maybe it took her.
بس إنه أكيد في أيام she wakes up بس كنا مصرين no feeding at night, no feeding whatsoever. يعني قد ما كانت تبكي with the pacifier, nothing. يعني ما مطعمية أبدا. She needs to know night time there's no food. You want to eat during the day. يعني I never thought that I would come to a conclusion of me doing this to my daughter, but it's for her benefit and it's for my benefit. She sleeps, she's happy. I sleep, I'm happy. I'm happy, I can give her everything. يعني طول ما أنت you're comfortable ومرتاحة, you can be comfortable in your household. You can look after your baby. If you're exhausted, you're gonna have zero patience. You can't look after her. You're gonna like be angry all the time. يعني for you inside جواتك لا تكوني comfortable is gonna reflect on your babies.
تشتغل أمك. قال كل واحد بده يعمل sleep training.
بس عن جد mom has been doing it like even for my cousins, like because all of my cousins we have like children at the same age. She also helped them. Like mom عن جد she has the patience like. قالت لي
لا قلبها قوي يعني انه عن جد واحد يسمع ولد عم يبكي انه عن جد شيء صعب
عن جد it's hard. قالت لي
هي انه لها يعني كمان انه التيتا بعد بتكون قلبها هيك يعني بعد اضعف من المامي لانه بتصيروا يقولوا لك انه يلا خلص طعميها
100%.
فانه هي عن جد كانت العكس. proud of your mother.
advice يعني عن جد انك مثلا what her mom did يمكن you can't find in a textbook.
لا وما كنت فكرت فيها عن جد انه
لانه عادة they if you read they بيقولوا you need to start sleep training if I'm not mistaken around 9 months 10 months انه خلص they need to keep feeding through. مين قال؟ They have enough the غذاء during the day. يعني do you wake up at night؟
كتير عن جد الأولاد كتير ذكية إنه بيعرفوا كيف يغذوا حالهم، إنه بيعرفوا إنه إذا ما بقى عم بياخدوا بالليل بياخدوا كوانتيتي أكبر بالنهار. يعني عن جد مثلنا بس إنه عصغير، بس أنت كيف بتعوديهم يعني؟ عوديهم إنه يكونوا الوقعات بعاد بيتعودوا، عوديهم طعميهم كل شوي بصيروا بدهم كل شوي إنه. ونفس الشيء النيو بورن إنه انت بتعرفي كمان انه اذا كان منيح او مش منيح، واوريدي انه سالت الدكتور تبعوله فانه
هلا اكيد في كذا مام they're gonna contradict Pamela how did you skip a feeding at 40 days يا Pamela كيف I didn't do it من حالي. I got the okay from the doctor. ما اقول يكون البيبي بعده on the average لا ساعتها you can't miss a feeding.
بتطلع make it up during the day. يعني اذا عم تاخذ مثلا هي a total of let's say I don't know بياخذوا 60 مللي I think at that age every 3 hours.
6 yeah.
Like calculate her feedings just هيدا 2 bottles بالليل
بتديهم 100% هي بتصير تطلبهم. يعني نفس الشيء بالنوم انه هو خلص الولد بيعود حاله انه يعود الاكل النوم كل شيء
100%.
على فكرة when I was away last week I put my son at my mom's. Now he sleeps at 8.
شفتي
5 days at my mom's.
Every baby needs a grandma. وخلصي
بس بالليل
بس على فكرة بس بالليل
بالنهار شو بدك خبري
No, one day she calls me still up at night. She's like, what are you doing? You're ruining what I did. Like, put him to sleep at 8. I'm like, okay, mama, sorry. عن جد ما فيني كيف
خلص لانه الولد انه بيطمع باهله انه بصير مامي انه ما عليه بعمل لها ببكي شوي بعمل لها دوزيو بيمشي حالها انه غير حدا لو تيتا او حدا حيلا حدا غريب بيعرف انه في رولز انه خلص هيدا الرولز تبع هيدا البيت هيدا الرولز بالجاردوري انه انا هون حتى بالجاردوري انه بيرجوا بيصيروا بيناموا لحالهم انه ايه بيناموا كلهم نفس الوقت ايه لانه
I asked you the same question by the way.
هيك ايه هيك
أنا Verza during the day is someone's napping with her. يعني أنا as I said like my cousins we all have kids at the same time and it's nap time. مستحيل لو عملت العماء ما بيناموا like كلهم مع بعضهم ما بيناموا. I was like ما بعرف تذكرت the first when I first سجلت Verza هي I was like ساشا كيف بتناميهم كلهم بنفس الأوضة كيف هي؟ قلت لي ما تعطي لهم ما تعطي لهم.
حتى أنا ابني كان like I had to carry him to sleep and then إجا أول يوم and I think تاني يوم
أول يوم قلتي لي نام
إيه أنا was like what like لحاله ما حدا حنبقى
قلت لي إجا أصحابنا وسهرنا ذاكرة
إيه I swear أول يوم إجا تاني يوم إجا جاردولير نام من 7:30.
Wow.
And like we couldn't argue and I never I wait for him to sleep and he never sleeps so we never argue at the home and like we were like كنا عن جد نام كنا like 4 people
اطلبوا
and I remember that was like the first time so ايه انه بالبيت هلا صابت احد باي ذا ما بينام
ايه هون مثلا بينام
هون في discipline
ايه
يعني
ونحن
هون they
لانه
know.
غير انه ما احنا قد ما نكون بنحبهم وحنونين عليهم وكل شيء انه ما بحياتنا رح نكون المامي يعني. فهن كتير بيعملوا حركات وبيطمعوا قدامكم وانه حقهم يعني. وانتم من تاني مال بدكم هيدا الشيء.
إيه
عن جد المامي بدها انه يتغنج عليها وهيك. هلا اوكي بترجعوا بتعصبوا بالاخر بس انه بدكم اياها انه اذا ما عملوا هيك بتصير تقولوا انه عملوا. لا
100%.
انا كثير تنهرق انه ما عملت هيك ما تغنجت علي.
أنا the first فترة like I see all these babies عم بيركضوا لهذا يعني أنا وروز ليه ما عم تركض علي؟ Why doesn't she miss me? Okay, I know you're happy but you don't miss your mama. أنا اللي تعبت عليك يا أما تعال كده علي.
اوكي سو نروح للبينك. حسيت انه من بعد ما اجت روزا وهيك انه خسرت البينك انه بطلت تعملي القصص اللي انت كنت تعمليها اكتيفيتيز اثر على شغلك كمان انت وجورج انه كل شيء.
Honestly, like my opinion, you can never be the shade of pink بتقول you would be قبل Rosa or قبل any baby that you had. Like, okay, you might get your pink back, but it's never the same shade. Why? لأنه you have responsibilities, you have your work. In my case, I travel a lot. وهيدا شيء it kills me because I leave her. Like she misses me. Like when I used to travel قبل ما بتفرق معي I travel but now قلبي وراسي على روزا يعني everything you do is not the same. If you want to work out it's not the same هلا with Rosa or any other baby. انت وجورج you can't leave the house ساعة اللي بدكم no you need to تأمنوا your baby. يعني okay you might have your pink back, you might be happy again, you got used to of the routine that you're in, يعني you're used to the new life that you have, but it's never the same قبل you have a family. If I have my pink, هلا I'm asking myself this question, if I have my pink back. I mean, not the same shade. Definitely not the same pink. Definitely not. I don't think you can ever have the same pink, unfortunately. My own opinion. Other mums, they might have their pink back the second that they gave birth, or after 1 year or after 2 years, but I gave birth to Rosa 2 years and a half ago. I don't think I have the same pink. That's my own perspective.
And I think it's very comforting to a lot of moms that no one really gets, I think.
I mean, is it normal? Do people actually have that? Like, I want to know, like, I'm sure you've had a lot of guests in the past. Like, has anyone answered you, yes, I got my pink back?
No, everyone says it different.
ايه لانه لا بس انه لمن تكون عم تنحكى ايه هيك انه مثل بيستحوا يقولوا انه او بحسوا انه غلط او انه هن مقصرين او شيء انه اذا بتقعدي هيك انه بتحكي ما حدا بيقول لك. كله بيقول لك ايه بنرجعنا مثل قبل نعمل كل شيء بنروح بنجي.
I think that's a complete lie.
ايه اكيد.
I think we want to appear a certain way to people that a lot of women don't admit how it's hard.
It is hard. It's
so hard.
normal.
And it's normal, exactly.
We need to emphasize the fact it's normal for you not to be the same person you were before you gave birth. It's completely normal. It's normal that you don't have time for yourself. It's normal you're not going to go out, you and your husband or partner or whoever, anytime you want. It's normal you don't want to like do specific things. It's normal to have rules now in the house. It's completely normal you can't have guests over in this specific time because you need to look after your little ones, you need to feed them. It's completely normal. It's completely normal you don't have time for yourself.
اهون شيء انه ما فيك ترجع على البيت من بعد شغلك تعبانه هيك تقعدي تنامي انه لا عندك بدي اقول لك انه شغل ثاني دوام ثاني انه.
And you know بحس انه ما بعرف اذا it's like the Arab mentality. There's no respect for that at the workplace. They don't respect انه انت you're exhausted, especially during I think the first 3 years of the child's life بين ما they become هيك يوعوا. انه انت عم تجي عم تعطي 100% at the workplace بس عم تكوني عاطيه 100% بس انت yourself you're maybe at 40, you know.
صح 100%.
It's so hard يعني قد ايه بنجي بساعات we don't sleep when they're teething او when they're sick when they're going through something and you show up to work, makeup on, fully dressed, taking on everything, بتعملي زياراتك, بتعملي واجباتك, and you know, like we don't really show, but in the inside you're exhausted, you're worried about a million things.
مزبوط. They tell me at work, Pamela, why do you always have a smile on your face? You're so positive, you're positive energy. I might showing you this. I'm showing you this. But Anna inside, I'm not always happy. Anna, when you work, you have to put that smile on your face, regardless of what's happening. Regardless if Rosa, for example, my case, Rosa slept through the night, if Rosa fell or I don't know what, you have to put a smile on your face because this is your duty. Yani, this is where the pink comes again. Yani. You can never be the shade you used to be because it's never the same. Never ever.
And moms are always the primary caretaker. قد ما dad plays a great role, and thank you to all the dads.
عن جد مزبوط.
بس المامي هي اللي بدها إذا عندك شيء أنت اللي بدك تفكري، يعني مثلا يمكن جوزك يروح على الجيم, he doesn't have to worry وين بده يحط الكيد. بس إذا أنت بدك تروحي على الجيم, you have to worry where you have to put your kid. عرفتي؟ إذا بدك تعملي هذا الشيء, you have to worry لأنه خلص for them you're the primary caretaker. بيقفوا راسهم. And that's not fair صراحة. لحظة لا.
مزبوط. أنا هلا for example على سيرة الجيم, I can't work out when I pick up Rosa. I can't work out at night. I'm too exhausted. I wake up every single day at 5:30 in the morning to work out before Rosa wakes up, before I need to prepare her for day, before I need to prepare myself for work. So every single day I wake up at 5:30 so I can look after me. It's me.
Give me tips. I snooze the alarm for like an hour.
When you put in your mind you need you time, this is you need to look after yourself, because in order to look after yourself you're able to look after your family. إذا بتهملي حالك, you can't look after your family. قد ما يكون حبيبي George, and I say a billion times, he helped me out so many times. If I wanted to go on girls' night, don't worry, you need it, go ahead. Go out with your girls, I look after Rosa. بس قد ما كان مش أنا with my girls' night, وين راسي؟
ما أكيد.
نامت؟ أكلت؟ Like you're texting non-stop. إيه خلص, you're never old you again.
Yes.
باميلا, إذا بدك تعطي one tip للماميز اللي عم يحضرونا, شو بتكون هيدا التب؟
Ooh, that's a hard one. Anna, I would emphasize it's completely normal if you feel upset, if you feel down, if you face a lot of obstacles, because you're not alone. No mum is alone. And the more you speak as to how you are feeling and how you are being honest, everyone's going to normalize this, and they're going to accept the fact that they don't expect mums to be 100%, because no one, especially mums, can give 100% of their time to themselves and to their family. So I agree of normalizing that not every single mum has gotten their pink back. That's my tip.
Thank you. وإن شاء الله إنه عن جد هيك إنه تكون هيك هالحلقة يقدروا العالم الماميز تحديداً إنه يكونوا عم يستفيدوا منها. وميرسي لأنه
I want to actually thank you so much. And I want to say thank you, and you invited me here. I want to thank you for letting me share my experience, because not a lot of people want to listen, especially like the people around you, especially who are not mums. They don't want to listen. So knowing that you have a podcast for mums, I'm like sharing من كل قلبي. Ask me more questions, because that's what mums want to hear. They want to hear other mums.
صح.
Especially experience.
مزبوط. لأنه مش كل شيء عن جد بيقروه أو بيتعلموه أو شيء عم بيكون عم يتطبق.
مزبوط.
ومش على طول الاكسبكتيشنز يعني.
كمان مزبوط.
بيكونوا مثل ما هن, فإنه عن جد الاكسبيرينس كتير حتساعد. نحن عم نتعلم قصص جديدة كل مرة, كل حلقة عن جد.
أنا personally I can support it.
That's good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Merci لكم.
So please subscribe, share this episode with a mom to be with a friend that you want to educate شوي. ونشوفكم حلقة جديدة next time.
Bye.